Hello everybody. Welcome to our welcome to our Tuesday lunch chat, which is 2 weeks overdue. It feels like forever since we have had a little lunch chat and caught up on everything. And that's because I went to New Orleans with my good vibes girls, Janet and Cadence, and it was a blast. It was so much fun. So thank you for allowing me to be out of town last week, but consequently it means I have a ton of things to show you this week. That's always how it goes, right? Howdy. Yes, it was so good in New Orleans. We had absolutely beautiful weather. We did not have any hurricanes, and because a hurricane system had kind of just come through, the air was like very fresh. It was not humid. It was in the low 80s every day. We could not have asked for nicer weather, and we crammed a lot in 3 nights. And we did actually a ton of good vibes work as well, and saw a million sights and ate so much good food. I can't even fathom how much more good food there is to explore there, since we obviously could only go to, we didn't even really eat lunch because our breakfasts were always so good, but then we were just too full. And yes, I did have beignets. They were amazing at the Café du Monde. Like, I think that's one of like the classic tourist beignet things. So it was super great. It was a trip I've always wanted to take, and I'd love to do it again now with my family too. So I know Campbell would really like it there. Thank you, Julia. So I'm wearing a new design that has just been released. We have a blog post up about it, and if you're in the club, of course, you got an email about it yesterday, and it is called 11/3. And you might be wondering, what's the deal with a weird name like 11/3? Well, our address here at Not Another Hat is 11 3rd Street. So this shawl has come together in a stitch pattern I've used before, but not quite like this. And then a brand new yarn that I am absolutely enchanted by, called Lamb and Goat from Dream and Color. I think we featured it in last week's newsletter. You need to get your hands on this yarn, and I've made it easy by putting together some color combinations for your own 11/3. So let me show it off a little bit. So here I am, I'm wearing it all styled on, but I'll take it off so that you can see it a little bit better. And by the way, the color combos I'm going to show, if you want to look at those again, they are all posted on the blog post for this shawl. So you can just go there, scroll down, and I've got all 8 combos posted there, so you can absolutely copy us if you want to, because I always copy other people. So part of the reason 11/3 came to me as the name is because pink and brown are kind of our signature shop colors, and they always have been. Our walls are actually this color pink, and that seems surprising. It seems surprising to me. They also have other things on them, like gray barnwood slat wall, so you don't really just walk in and feel like you've been bombarded by pink. I don't think anyone feels that. It's very tempered. But it's got this nice little this edge here with a picot bind off. So it's just this lovely light little easy to wear shawl. And Lamb and Goat is so delectable. It's made with 90% New Zealand wool and 10% cashmere. And it doesn't take much for the cashmere to really shine through. Like, it really truly feels so luxurious to knit with. It does not say it's superwash. It says to hand wash. Heidi, I know that question's coming. So I've put together some color combos in case you need some inspiration. It's always okay to need inspiration, right? And it's one of the things I love most about having a shop, doing this job, being a designer that's a yarn shop owner, because I think it puts me in a very unique position, right? Like, even when I'm designing, I'm thinking of how a design could be made easier for a yarn buyer. Does that make sense? Yes, Julia says the pink really feels like a neutral inside the shop. It really truly does. Even if you hate pink, I don't think you would come in here and be like, ah, pink. Okay, so Heidi already checked. Here's one of the great combos. I think this would be gorgeous for fall. This is Fox and Coal. Now, obviously, I've paired them up with 2-in-1 because the shawl takes 2 skeins of your main color, 1 skein of your contrast color. But you could reverse any of these for just as stunning results. So fox and coal, I just think that's really beautiful. It would be great for fall. Maybe a little holiday option. You've got garnet and dove. Gorgeous. The other thing that's great about lamb and goat is it comes in 50-gram skeins with 190 yards. It's kind of a heavy fingering light sport. It's right in the middle there. But because it's in 50-gram skeins, it's perfect for a shawl where you just have a little bit of an accent color. You're not buying a whole 100-gram skein just for that little bit. So this is a beautiful combo right here. This is C and ginkgo. Yeah, C and ginkgo. And of course, this one is a very classic Sarah combo. We have night and amber. Beautiful. And we have mulberry and straw. Now, a lot of you, especially you clubbers, you have already put together some gorgeous combinations. So well done. And then this is very similar to the C and ginkgo. It's just slightly more intense on both colors. This is hosta and lichen. Hosta and lichen. And of course, this combo is quartz and oak. We're out of quartz already, but I have ordered more. So I'm not sure what the turnaround time is for Dream in Color right now, but it's going to be coming. So if you were curious what these are, that's quartz and that's oak. So lots of beautiful combos. I'm missing, I also made a combo with walnut, and now I don't remember. I didn't pull over all the combos. So there are some other combos on the website. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 2 more combos that I forgot to bring over here. So go check them out on the blog post. So yes, okay. Next. Oh my gosh. We have a surprise new yarn that just came out. I mean, like literally just released, and then they said, hey, here's a way you can order it that's really easy. And I was like, okay. Didn't even know it was coming. This is vintage sock from Berroco. So this is the same great fiber blend that Berroco uses for the vintage line. So it's a wool acrylic blend, totally washable, very much easy care, and $12 a skein, 437. Yep, 437 yards. There are 30 colors. No, that's not right. That's right. That's right. There's 30. There's 30 colors. So huge potential here. If you have your eye on a fingering weight sweater that uses 1,000,000 colors that some hot designer has just released, and you don't want to spend $300, $400, $500 to make it, right here, this stuff performs so well. It makes easy care, it gives easy care a good name. That's what I want to say. So, you know, when I first opened this store in 2005, it was a point of pride that we didn't have acrylic or acrylic blends. We were all about natural fibers, and we still are to a large extent. However, the technology for creating synthetic fibers has come so far in the almost 18 years we've been in business. And what can be made with a wool blend, nylon blend these days is so much nicer than anything that was around in 2005 when I opened. And I mean, I wish you could feel this. It is squishy, it's soft, just lovely, beautiful colors. So have at it. Berroco vintage sock, brand new. I mean, it's so new. I had to email and ask them if there was a way we could get sample skeins for our yarn tasting, because it's not in the yarn tasting packets. And they said yes. So anyone that signed up for the yarn tasting, you will get to get your hands on it. That's a mouthful, right? Let's see, where should we go next? Okay, we have another really fun new yarn. And I was so sure I was going to cast on and have a large swath of knitting done to show you today, but of course, no. Jocelyn, I don't have, oh wait, maybe I do. Jocelyn, let me dig into that. She asked if there's any tutorials or videos on the technique that's used in this shawl. It's really, truly as straightforward as it's written. So if you just attempted it, grabbed a little bit of yarn and cast on and attempted it as just reading it, taking it right at face value, I think you won't have any problems. But I might have a video. I will look. Thank you for asking that. Okay, This yarn's crazy and it's fun and it's awesome and it's huge. This is my head for reference. This is Lang Yarn Phoenix. Oh my gosh, it is so squishy. It's a brushed merino. It's 93% merino. It's just got 7% nylon, and that is what is basically binding it together, giving it structure. It's chunky to super chunky, but because it is so light and fluffy, it's got 295 yards. I'm not even kidding. So I am gonna make a pullover. It's just like this very classic drop shoulder, no frills pullover. It's even kind of got the shawl collar, kind of like the one I just finished. 3 skeins, that's all it's gonna take. 3 skeins. Sorry, Jill. Jill says another new one. Yeah, and I have no idea where we're gonna fit this because it's giant. Look, here's just 4 balls, and then all. It's so big. I don't know what we're gonna do with it. I mean, we're gonna knit it, obviously. So you should knit it too. So there are some really cute patterns in on Ravelry from Lang that were released for this. If you Googled Lang Phoenix, you should find, search Lang Phoenix in Ravelry. The colors are stunning. There's this mustard, this is navy, and then there's also a charcoal and turquoise. Yes, they really are the size of my head. I didn't bring them all over because I couldn't get them all in my arms, but there's dove gray, there's the charcoal, there's this blush pink. Look at that. So there is so many. And they have a really great classic cardigan, like a kind of a V-neck cardigan, and then this pullover. And then they have a poncho thingy. It's kind of like a swingy, it's not a poncho, it has sleeves, but it's like swingy, kind of swancho-ish. So I don't think the pattern I printed out has, no picture. 274-08. That's the pattern name. Lang Yarn Phoenix. So if you wanted to go look for it on Ravelry, it's 274-08. That's what I'm gonna make. Gauge is on an 11. So let's just see. Let's just put it out there. We'll just see how far I've got in 1 week at our next chat. Right now, it's a skein of yarn in a cardi bell. Next week, I'm gonna say I'll have the whole body done. How's that? That's a big goal. I like setting goals like that for myself. Oh, so Heidi asked, what is muslin free? That is what this yarn is. It's muslin free. So muslin is the practice of kind of cutting off the folds of skin on a sheep's rump to prevent infections from dangerous pests. Like, it's a certain kind of fly that goes in, it lays eggs, it causes a lot of illness and damage and pain to sheep who get it. So there's this big controversy in the sheep world about muslin, and PETA is very much like against muslin. They think it's barbaric and painful to the sheep. There are a lot of careful sheep growers who know firsthand that muslin sometimes is actually better. It's going to prevent disease. It's going to keep them safe, etc. And if it's done well, then it doesn't have to be painful for them. So I'm not going to say one way or the other whether I think it's good or bad. There's probably plenty of cases on both sides of either people doing muslin poorly and causing harm to sheep, or non-muslin sheep getting terrible infections from these insects and dying from them. So, you know, there's a little bit on each side. All I can say is that this yarn happens to be muslin free. That means they're sourcing it from growers who are not performing muslin on sheep. That's what that means. It was a good question though. And you can pretty much assume if a label does not say that they were from sheep where it is a very common practice. Like super, super common. It is the exception to not do that. Okay. Let's go. We'll move on to our very last thing I have to talk. Nope, not our last thing. Second to last. I just want to let everybody know so you can start planning. Our Great American Aran Afghan class that started in the beginning of 2020, so yes, that's over 18 months ago, has finished. And we have a bunch of graduates who have made gorgeous, beautiful, great American Erin Afghans. I'm holding mine up right here. Mine is very old. I think it's 16 years old. It's at least 15 years old. I have it folded in half right now because I can't, get it all on the screen. But this is a class that we teach through our online course academy, and it is an 19 month course. Every month you get a new square to make in your Afghan, and you get instructions on how to put the border on and how to put it all together. And I think this has been our most successful class by far, because we have so many people that have just graduated who have made 2 of them. They were so excited and they loved doing the process so much that they, somewhere either like in months 1 to 3, they decided they were making 2 and cast on their second. So every month when a new square would come out, they would make 2 of those squares. So it is a class that will take your knitting skills beyond the next level. It'll take them like up 10 levels. And even if you consider yourself an intermediate knitter, there are a lot of techniques that we do use in this class to make these squares that will probably still be new to you. So if it's not something you have yet to do, I highly encourage you to think about signing up. Sign-ups are going to open again in November, and the class will begin in January. And that gives us enough time to get your yarn ordered for you. People who sign up do get a discount on the yarn, and it takes quite a bit of yarn. It takes 18 skeins, I think, of 100-gram skeins. And so gives you time to choose it, get it ordered, get it to you. So just, make a little mental note. This is coming. And make sure you're on the newsletter list, because that's where we will announce it. And, of course, club members, it's one of my digital courses, so you get it half off. So it's going to be a really, really, really great way to level up if you would like to do that. The other great thing that we have about our Afghan course is the community. So we have a Facebook group for our all of our current enrolled Afghan students and alumni, because I think it's a really great way to share progress and share motivation and encourage each other. And all of the ones who've walked those steps already, they can help when someone is struggling, etc. So it is really, really going to be a good time. So keep an eye out, or maybe plant that seed in the ear of somebody who is looking for a Christmas present for you or a holiday present. This might be just the thing. So, okay, that was the second to last. Now we have the last. Okay, Cardival brought some goodies in. She brought in whelks, and I got to finally get one. I had not yet got one because every time she brought them in, they would just sell too fast, and I couldn't get one for myself. So first I'm going to show you mine because that's so much. I love it. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys, I grabbed one of the really cool ones, as if they're all not really cool. This is mine, and these little strips are the selvages of all the fabrics that she's used. So they're not part of the actual fabric. They're like the part you cut off. But she stitched them all together kind of like quilt-like and used them as the fold over. So I loved that. I loved how unique it was. And so here's the whelk again. Remember, it's that accordion design with all these pouches. And this is what I have done with it. It's got all my Chiagu cords. This is such a better solution than what I had going on. And I was fairly organized before. It was just, they were so clumpy, and they were in the little plastic bags, and bags were starting to fall apart, and etc. It was not ideal. So it's super easy for me to keep track. I predominantly use small cables because I'm predominantly knitting on sizes 2 to 8. So I'll use the small cables. So I've got the 8-inch cables are first. They're the shorties, the shortest for me. The 14-inch cables here, the 22 here, and the 30. So those are the ones I use most. And I bet I own at least 10 22-inch cables, at least. I know, it's absurd. And look, there's only 3 in here. That means, yeah, we all know what that means. We can do math. And then the back, because there is one more slot, that's where I have my other ones. So I've got large and minis, both, piled in here. Where's my mini? Oh, it's in the bottom. Come on. Can't get it to come with me out. anyways, that's where the other kind of least used ones that I have are. Large cables, if you're not familiar with Tiagoos, those are the ones that attach to size 9 and up. So anyway, it is absolutely precious and perfect if you are an interchangeable user. So let's look at what she brought in. Some of these are called combos because she did a variety of fabrics, which I love. It was really hard to choose, honestly. So this is the yarn ball combo because the front has the yarn balls. But look at how fun is that it's got all these different fabrics for each little pocket, each pouch. So that's yarn ball combo. This one is called Beetles combo because it's got those beautiful beetles. And then look at all the fabrics. Ah! Isn't that fun? So that's the beetles. This one is called black and white combo, I think. Or black combo. So more fun fabrics here. And let's see. This is just called, I think this is called pink knitter because inside it's knitting fabric. I don't know if you'll be able to tell because I didn't remember to turn the screen around this time, but this is like knitting stuff and it's got needles and projects and stuff. So this one's like bright pink knitter or something like that. Yes, Kara is amazing. These are only $35. That's ridiculous for the amount of work that is in them. So if you were on the fence about getting one, get it before she wisens up and raises the price. Because, good Lord, I mean, just seems absurd. This is beautiful. This is called Waves. And so this has got polka dots on the inside. And we have, oh, I love this fabric. Light blue with brown flowers. Just absolutely beautiful. Little pinstripe on the inside. And, oh, this is copper combo. It's so pretty. Look at all those fabrics. Love it. Oh, and then we have, oh, this one is beautiful as well. This is the blue and brown with flowers and waves, white inside lining there. And last but not least, this is, I think I called this elegant combo. It's got the my lights just went out. The black and gold. I don't think it probably affects the screen very much. And then all these fabrics on the inside. So super, super, super adorable whelks from Miss Cardi Bell, the inimitable Cardi Bell. That's a lot of stuff I just rattled off there. I hope that some of you are enticed to try knitting with yarn as big as your head, because I think it's going to be really fun. And if you can make a whole sweater, oh, and it's not just like a little sweater either. This is, I'm going to make a, I think I'm going to make like a 56 bust. I mean, it's meant to be oversized. So a 56 with 3 balls. Oh, good. Heidi has let me know. So our lights here are eco-friendly, which means they go off after 30 minutes of no motion. And the last time I walked through and triggered them to stay on was 30 minutes ago. So they've all gone off. But yes, luckily I am facing the windows. So hopefully. I thought of something else. Can I tell you guys another something really quick? If you have stuck around this long, this is your treat. I want to show you something that's happening in the store. Do you see that gap where we've taken down the slat wall? There's a big missing chunk of display. We're expanding. Yes, we are expanding into the space next door, and I am so excited. I am impatiently waiting on contractors and electricians and the like. But we have, it has got underway, as you can see. In the space next door, the hole has started. It's going to be just like a double door entry area. And right now, we won't be just putting any retail displays into it. We will predominantly be using it for shipping, storage of overflow, and classes and events like maybe some retreats again. Ah, so many options. Maybe some yoga for knitters classes. So I am just literally just chomping at the bit. The electricians have started. It has terrible lighting in it, so we are just having him like light it up the wazoo. Light. Because you all know, if you've ever taken a class with poor lighting, it is impossible. So once we get the lighting in and we get the hole in the wall, we're gonna have a party to celebrate. Oh, speaking of parties, you guys, I could just go and go apparently. Don't forget, if you're at all local, and by local, I mean within 6 hours driving distance, we have a knit night, Wednesday night, tomorrow night, 4 to 7. First one in 2.5 years. So come here, come and join us. And I know 6 hours is not reasonable. I mean, plane tickets, right? You might be able to get one of those really good last minute fares. We can camp, you can camp out in the new space. Just bring a mattress. So yes, absolutely. Try to come to knit night if you're at all possible, if it's feasible for you. For those of you that can't come, I'm so sorry. I'm really, really, truly not trying to rub it in. I'm just really excited that we're going to have an in-person event back at the store. But we will be planning a retreat. And we'll have a very special guest for that retreat, probably next spring. So those of you who may be inclined to travel from a far distance, just stick a pin in that because it's going to happen. Okay. Bunk beds. Yes, it'll be like a knitting hostel. Lisa, she's double booked for tomorrow. Hopefully that's double booked like for here. It's okay, Lee. You're also at a good distance for a drive, just for a knit night. All right, everybody, I have yapped for far too long. So thank you so much for tuning in and listening to all the various crazy things I had to say. But I had a good time catching up with you. I missed you guys last week, and I will see you again, same time, same place, and maybe with the body of a hot pink sweater all finished. You heard it here first. So take care. Enjoy your week. Adios.